Good evening, all. Good evening, everybody. I hope we are finding you happy, safe, and well on this Wednesday evening in September. So, welcome to this week's edition of Nigel's Nuggets. Yes, for those of you that don't know, this is the weekly roundup of everything that's been happening. Now I say weekly. And yes, I know I missed it again last week. Now, there is a very good and valid reason for this. And I'll give you this in two. There are two parts to this. Firstly, Juliet was out again. What a surprise, I hear you all say. What a surprise. Good evening, Mrs. Sweet. Thank you very much for the reminder. I did have it all in hand, I promise you. Because as I was just explaining why I wasn't on last week. So, yes, because, as again, you're not going to be surprised to hear, Juliet was out. What a surprise. And she was on one of her ladies' lunches. And so I was sitting here quite happily, getting ready for nuggets. It was around about 4 o'clock, and I was quite happily sitting there getting everything I was just about to say, when my friend Adam phoned and said, he said, have you got any check-ins today? I said, yes. I said, we had two. It's just arrived. So he said, look, because it was a very nice day last Wednesday. It has to be. It was a lovely day. It really was. And he said, well, look, we're not going to get many more days like this, are we, in a year? Do you think we should probably go out and have a pint? Having the backbone of a jellyfish, that I do, I succumbed to his constant tirade of arm twisting, suggesting we should go and get a beer, and I caved. So I can only apologise that I wasn't here last week, but that's why I wasn't here last week. Now, back to this week. So, for those of you, now that was a bit of a ramble, I apologise, I don't normally ramble, but for those of you that don't know anything about this, this is the usual weekly roundup, everything happening at Heathcliff HQ. And so if you want to ask any questions or put any comments, pop it in the comments box below. And as long as the technology is working fine, because sometimes it doesn't, I should see it all coming live and I'll be able to answer you. But failing that, if I can't answer you now, hello, Reen. Hope you and the special one are enjoying this sunny, well, hopefully it's a sunny weather for you in Worcester. It's certainly sunny in Torquay here, but as I say, hope you and the boy child are keeping well. So yes, great couple of weeks for Kent. Good day at Derby. Good day, Kent. Do you know, you're absolutely right, Mr. Rogers. What a fantastic day for Kent. Absolutely. What, the 2020 Blast champions? Champions, indeed. And then the Division 3 champions. Goodness me. Am I always? Oh yes, no, I do. I ramble. Okay, but yeah, probably a little. But yes, all lots of silverware for Kent, and they won the seniors as well, John. If you weren't aware of that. They won the seniors competition as well. So Kent, and of course Tammy, the young Tammy Beaumont, lovely Kent girl. She got the 100 for the girls. In the 4-1 drubbing of New Zealand in the one day matches. So anyway, so yes, back to where I was. Boy child, okay, but annoying. But yes, I mean that is Arthur. For those of you who don't know, the boy child, the special one, he's the guy with the crayons. Whenever you come to see us at breakfast, Arthur is sitting there with the crayons because he's a bit, you know, he may be a grown man. He's in a man's body, let's put it that way, but he's a bit, are we there yet? Do you know what I mean? Are we there yet? Anyway, so yes, this is the weekly roundup, and yes, before I ramble on any further, shall we get on with it? So as I say, comments, yeah, you saw it, John, well done. Good evening, Mr. McMillan. Hope you... Karen and Mother are all well, and we'll come to you in a minute because you were here, weren't you? So yes, 2 weeks since the last... I thought, now this is not, have I done this before? This is English Pale Ale, 4.5%. It's Black Tor Brewery. So I sell this in the bar. It's really, really nice. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but... Oh, it's an absolute corker. Oh, Jonathan at Black Tor really, really knows. Good evening, Claire. Really, really knows what he's doing up there, and it's absolutely fantastic. And all this talking does give you a dry throat. I'm sure we can all agree. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So, yes, 2 weeks since our last a last outing because of ladies' lunch. Looking forward to seeing you to the... Oh, yes, it's at the end of October. Is that when Reenie and the special one are coming back? Goodness me, time flies, doesn't it? Right, so, who have we had in the last couple of weeks? New friends we've met. Stuart and Linda, they were with us for 6 nights. Lovely couple. June and Ron, they were only with us for 3 nights. Far too short. Come back for longer next time. Jackie and John are back again for their second visit since May. They were with us for 6 nights. 6 nights? No, 6 nights. It is only 4.5%. I've only had the one mouthful. Yes, they were with us again for 6 nights. Thank you for the lovely gift, Jackie and John. That was very kind. Yes, Tommy, who I just said hello to just now, was here with Karen and the mother-in-law. So it was nice to meet Anne. And always obviously lovely to have Tommy and Karen back. We had some great nights in the bar, as I'm sure Tommy and Karen will remember, and Mother. And thank you very much for the card and your kind words, Tommy and Karen. That's very nice. We always feel humble when we get such nice things said. Paul and Loretta. They were with us for 7 nights. It was good. Thank you, Jackie. It was good to meet them. Helen and Annette, they stayed with us for... 7 nights, a couple of ladies from Wales. They arrived in a limo and then got picked up in that limo 7 days later. That was nice. Roger and Lizzie were with us for 5 nights. Oh, the Murrays were back, obviously. The Murrays, it's like they've never been away. So, yeah, they came back to see us. And thank you very much for the rhubarb gin. They had some homemade rhubarb gin. Let me just qualify that statement slightly. They haven't got a still set up in their shed. Well, as far as I know, they haven't anyway. No, I don't believe so. They grow a lot of it. Oh, yes, and thank you for the veggies as well, because they bought us gherkins, tomatoes, all sorts. Really, really kind. Thank you very much. They have been lovely. Yeah, so I don't think, as I say, they've got a Tom and Sue. I don't think they've got a still in their shed. I'm sure they haven't. If anyone from the law enforcement agencies is watching, I'm sure they don't illegally distill their own spirits. But yes, so they took some gin and they grow rhubarb and they made some rhubarb gin and they gave us a little bottle of it. Oh, it was absolutely lovely. It was beautiful. So thank you very much for them. And we're going to see... Oh, we're not seeing Sue the next one, are we? But we're seeing Tom again. So we'll see you soon. Greg and Rosemary. Now, these are parents of some very old friends of ours, and goodness me, they were with us for 4 nights, but, oh dear, they had a few trials and tribulations. They're firstly getting here. I had to talk them through how to get here over the phone for the last couple of miles of their journey. They lost their phone, which had a credit card with them while they were there. They then went to the bank and cancelled their card, and then the phone was found at Babbacombe Model Village, so they didn't have to do that. And then the exhaust blew on their car, and they had to get the silencer done. Oh, it was a catalogue of disasters, but 4 nights they did, apart from all those things, have a very lovely time. And I haven't seen Greg and Rosemary for probably 30 years, so it was lovely to see them again. I think 30 years, I hear you say. God, he doesn't look old enough to see someone 30 years ago. You're quite right, but, you know, I've aged well. Denise and Rob, it was lovely to see them again. And, of course, and they finally, I've always said to Rob, this was always going to come back and bite you in the bottom at some point. Whenever Denise and Rob book in to stay, and they do come here quite a lot, they always book in for like 3 or 4 nights, and then they'll come down on their last morning. The last morning, they will come down for breakfast. They will have breakfast, and then Rob will say, any chance we can stay another night, Nigel? And do you know, by fate would have it that every single time they have said this to us previously, we have been able to accommodate them. There has been a 1-day gap in their room, and they have been able to extend. And it finally bit them in the bum this time, because they asked to extend their stay, and they couldn't. I couldn't do it for them this time, so that was such a shame. Who else? Ali and Tony, of course. Of course, it wouldn't be right if Ali and Tony weren't here. However, I don't think they're coming back now for about another 6 weeks. That's highly, highly irregular. And thank you, Ali, for the reminder, as I said earlier. But yes, I had this one all under control, and no one trying to drag me out for a pint, which is always good when I need to do nuggets. Excuse me, getting a bit dry. Ali and Tony, Jenny and Gavin. They were back. I haven't seen them for a while. They came here for their honeymoon originally. Goodness me, must be 3 or 4 years ago, and then they came back a few times since. We didn't see them last year. Carl, Mr. Fleer, happy 50th. Tony, of course, he had his 50th birthday. Doesn't look a day over 42, Tony, but yeah, he had his 50th birthday last week. How's the wine supplies? Reen, the wine supplies are good. They have taken a hammering lately. We've had a lot of wine drinkers in. But don't worry, the stocks will be fully replenished for when you are here in October, and we'll come to October in a while. Yes, Carl, Terry and Chris, the fishermen, as it were, they were back for another visit. Only the 3 of them this time, because one of them decided he didn't want to do all the walking up the hills, bless him. But yes, so it was good to see them. Yes, stocking up, quite right, wife. Leanne and Ben, they were new friends, good to see them. And all these people left today, Barry and Sue, Graham and Christine, Wayne and Heather, all checked out today. And, God, but there's more arriving. Oh, goodness me. We've got Wendy and Alan in now. They arrived yesterday here with us for 5 nights up until Sunday. Hayden and Sue, we're looking forward to seeing them tomorrow, assuming... Sue, we saw your email the other day about petrol. Hopefully you have, let's not start the petrol debate here, people, but hopefully, Sue, you have been able to fill the car up with petrol, and we will be seeing you tomorrow. And just on that note, anyone that is due to come over the next 3 or 4 days to see us, if you're watching now, we haven't, I'm setting myself up for a fall here, haven't we? There haven't really been massive petrol shortages that we've seen here in Torquay. There's been a few queues around and about, this is very true, but the tankers have been rolling in. Morrison's has always had petrol and diesel. I haven't seen a lot of shortage, so if at least you can fill your cars up to get here, you should also be able to fill them up to get home. But apparently it's starting to ease anyway, is there? But anyway, we'll see. So hopefully, Hayden and Sue, we're going to see you tomorrow with Adam. One of their sons with them this time, and then there's Pat and Anthony, Robert and Tanya, all sorts. So yes, that's kind of the guest roundup. Now 2 weeks ago I did mention in the last roundup that David and Caroline were just phenomenal and left us some money for us to go out and have a meal. And I mentioned that we were going to go out that night. So after the last nuggets 2 weeks ago, we were going out to the One World Tapas Bar. Now, I'm pretty sure that if you are a regular, you will not know this place. If you do, then let me know now that you know all about it. But if you don't, well, we went there, and it is less than a 10-minute walk from our front door, but it's not down the normal tourist routes that you would walk. It is down a road called Abbey Road, which you wouldn't normally walk down, although the bus does come up Abbey Road if you are getting the number 12 back from town. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So we went to One World Tapas Bar. Look at it online.
It's not called One World.
What's it called?
Small World.
That's what I said. Small. The wife's just come in. I didn't I say? Did I say what? I meant Small World. I did. See, Small World. Small World. She's just come in to tell me off. Do you know what I mean? Goodness me. So I apologise. Apologies. It is Small World Tapas Bar in Abbey Road. We can give you the directions next time you're staying with us, but we can highly recommend you go and see it. It is phenomenal. We went there. We selected, half a dozen dishes or whatever between us. Nice bottle of wine. And they brought them out nice and, good intervals, like properly. And the food was just lush. It was absolutely beautiful, from the fish to the meat to the veggie to the cheese. Oh, and the peppers and the ribs. Absolutely lovely. We really can highly recommend that, and we will be going back sometime very, very soon. Small World Tapas. I think we've put it on... Yeah, you're right. I do need looking after. Quite not so much as the special one, though, Reen, to be fair. But I still need a degree. But we all do, us blokes, right? We get to 14, we stop growing up. Grown-ups is for girls. So, Small World Tapas Bar, Small World Tapas Bar. It is on now our list of restaurants that we've been to that we think you might like. So, next time you come in, we suggest you pay them a visit. Really nice, less than 10-minute walk. So, talking of Sunday, were we talking of Sunday? Well, we are now. So Sunday is when we officially close for the season. So that's it. We won't be open from Sunday now on a regular basis. I did say Small World, wife. She's put it on the comments. I did say Small World. Look, Small World. All right, I've got it now. I've got it. I have, honestly. So yes, we are closing for the season on Sunday, and we are now only open for kind of 5 days in each month leading up to Christmas. So there's 5 days in October. There's 5 days in November, and there's 5 days in December. And then, apart from one weekend in February, at the moment, we are not planning to open up until Easter next year. So, but obviously, if you are a regular, give us a call. If we're here and we can, and you do want to come down, if we can, we will open. Okay, you know, we can only say fairer than that, but we're not going to be open to the general public, and there's no guarantee. It'll only be if we can. So basically, just in case, if you haven't booked in, because a lot of you are on here, are actually booked in for some of these days already, so you can ignore this bit if you like, because we know you're coming back. Go and powder your nose and file your nails, or get a beer, or in Reenie's case, an extremely large glass of wine. In Ali's case, an extremely large glass of gin. And in Tony's case, somewhere to have a cheeky little nap. But anyway, and yes, if you're on the wine read, make sure Arthur's got the crayons. Right, so these are the gaps that are left. We have some availability. We haven't got a lot because most of these 5 days are packed out. But between the 24th and 27th of October, we've got a couple of rooms available. Between the 12th and 17th of November, I think there's one. And between the 12th and 15th of December, that is it. That you have got one. Well done, Reen. It wouldn't be right not to see you with a large glass of wine. Oh, Arthur's cooking. What's he cooking? Let us know what he's cooking. So again, I'll reiterate, 24th to 27th of October, 12th to the 17th of November, and 12th to the 15th of December. We are very busy on all of them, but we do have a couple of gaps here and there. So if you do fancy coming down, you know what to do. Pick up the phone, give us a call, 01803 211 580, or email us, relax@heathcliffhouse.co.uk. Either of those, absolutely fantastic. So, well, Reen, you're not told. Come on, Reen, get on. What's he cooking? Hurry up, because I've got to go now. I've got to go and get our dinner ready, you know. You know old Lady Muck who's sitting in there on the sofa. No rest for the wicked. Right, okay, in that case, I will leave it a beef casserole with a hint of port. A hint of port. Now, come on. When we say hint, no, I can't see Arthur doing a hint of anything. He does things to the extreme. Okay, I will leave you a big hint. Thank you very much. Yes, dear, I know you're listening. John, keep chirping. I'm 2 hours away from Cardiff. That's very kind, John. But I have to go. Super Kent, come on, champions. Right, okay, boys and girls, I hope you're having a good week wherever you are. I hope you continue to have a good week, and I hope it's nice and sunny in your part of the world like it is here today in Torquay. Apart from that, you take care, and I will see you. Well, we are closed, but I will try and do a huge hint. Try and do a Nuggets next week. If I can think of anything to say. I mean, you know, I don't want to just ramble on about nothing because, you know, I don't want to waste your time. Night, and see you soon, Rude. Okay, everybody, take care, be good, and I'm off. Bye-bye.